Hi everybody, Sat Sri Akal, welcome. As you know, मेरा नाम Harjap Singh Bhangal, I'm Harjap Singh Bhangal. From UK Solicitors, I'm an immigration lawyer, a solicitor of the Supreme Court of UK. So today we had an announcement as to the new points-based system by the UK government. So we'll be discussing what is the new points-based system. Now, if you remember that in the run-up to Brexit, Boris Johnson was saying that we will have a points-based system like Australian points-based system. When the Migrant Advisory Committee report came out a few weeks ago, they sort of said it's best to have a Canadian point-style system. But today, what's been introduced is the points-based system, and it's neither Australian nor it's Canadian. It's still the same system that we have in place at the moment, with just a few tweaks if we have a look at it. So, what's the most important aspects of immigration that's going to come from January 2021? Remember, these changes will come from January 2021. So not now, they will come in January 2021. First of all, there's the global talent visa, which there's a video on it. Then video back, you can have a look at the global talent visa. That's for attract the cream of the world to come here. Scientists, tech industry, STEM graduates, science, technology, engineering, maths, and people at the highest levels. That's what the global talent visa will be for. That's an announcement. Secondly, and this is the most important announcement, is that freedom of movement for EU, this will cease. So ਜਿਹੜੇ EU ਵਾਲੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਯੂਰਪ ਤੋਂ ਆ ਕੇ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਦੇ ਸੀ, ਡੱਬਰ ਮੰਗਾ ਲੈਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਆਪਣੇ ਪੱਕੇ ਹੋ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ, ਉਹ ਸਾਰਾ ਫਿਨਿਸ਼ ਹੋ ਜਾਣਾ January 2021. So that's all finished. No longer will people from Europe be able to come here and settle here and bring their kids and family here like before without job offers, or come here and claim benefits. That's all going. So what's going to happen is, what's going to happen to the European people? The European people will be subject to the same immigration system as the non-European people. So what that means is they will have to get work permits before coming here. They will have to fit into one of the existing systems. There'll be no difference for somebody who's coming from India or from the EU. They'll be treated exactly the same by the British immigration system. So that's the main thing. People were thinking that, oh no, they're going to stop Europeans coming here to work here, but they're going to make it easier for the rest of the world to get here. That's actually wrong. They're just going to make it equally as hard for everybody to come here. And unless you are a highly skilled worker, which is in a shortage occupation in the UK, such as an engineer, a teacher, a doctor, a nurse, you're going to have a real tough time getting a work permit here, especially if you're what they categorize as low skilled. So we're going to see the end of low skilled migration. Basically people coming here to work in shops, work in restaurants, work as cleaners, all of them, there'll be no visa system for them to come here. So जिन्हां ने इत्थे आके low skilled ते काम करना, उन्हां लई सारी visa system बंद हो जाना. There's going to be a shut of that. They're only going to open visa systems for highly skilled people, and there's going to be a point system which is similar to the work permit system. So if you want to get a work permit here, you'll need to have an employer who's got a license. Now, employers will only get licenses if they can prove that they need a foreign worker and their job requirement is on a level where it requires a highly skilled foreign international person, and that a local worker from the UK cannot do that job. So they have tried to recruit someone from the UK, but they can't do that job. They'll have to show them they're going to pay them the appropriate level that they would pay a British person. And that level currently is at 30,000. They've reduced it to 25,600. If it's a shortage occupation, such as a teacher or a nurse, then that comes down to around about 20,000. But that's only for shortage occupations. You will need 70 points, which you get by having an approved sponsor or an employer. Your job must be an appropriate skill level, so it must be a degree level job. It starts from A levels, or a master's or a PhD level job. English requirement is a must, so you will need to do an English requirement test before coming. Usually an IELTS is what's acceptable for the UK. So IELTS is mandatory karta for UK. Different salaries, if your salary gets paid, the amount of salary you get will get you a different number of points. Starting from 20,480, you get 0 points for that. Then anything over 23,040, you get 10 points for that. Anything above 25,600, you get 20 points for that. If your job's in a shortage occupation, which is a list that they publish on their website, if it comes under that, you get 20 points. If you've got a PhD relevant to your job, you'll get an extra 10 points. If you get a PhD in science, technology, engineering or maths, you get 20 points. So this is what they're looking to call over. This is the new points-based system. It works pretty much like the current one. In the current one, you need an approved job offer from an employer who's got a license, and you need an English requirement. So they've just tweaked it according to dropped the salary a little bit and given you extra points for if you've got a PhD relevant to the subject or not. That's the main crux of the points-based system. It's not Australian, it's not Canadian, it's not massively rehashed, it's not massively reformed. But what it does do is it stops low-skilled workers from coming here to the UK. The only exception in that is where agricultural workers, they've expanded the number. It's 2,000 at the moment they take, agricultural workers. They're going to have up to 10,000 to help the farming industry. That's a 6-month seasonal worker visa, but that's for countries from the EU. So they will be able to pick EU workers to come here for work 6 months on the farms. So, the cherry picking and stuff like that. That's the main crux of the whole announcement today, and what we've been waiting for under the new points-based system. So points-based system ਦਾ ਇਹੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਜੋ ਲੋਕ ਇੱਥੇ low skilled ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦੇਣੇ ਆ, ਉਹ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦੇਣੇ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਯੂਰਪ ਵਾਲੇ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਸੀ ਉਹ ਬੰਦ ਸੀ. So basically, technically, it's an announcement of the end of free movement for citizens from the EU. They will have to fill into one of these highly skilled categories in order to come here and work here. While you're here on this visa, you won't be able to claim benefits. So currently European people can claim benefits in the UK. So that's gone. You won't be able to claim benefits until you get indefinite leave to remain, which is usually after 5 years. This is the points-based system which has been introduced. So English is mandatory. A job offer is mandatory by an approved employer through a work permit who's got a sponsored license. What are the tips if you hire foreign workers? If you've got a company which requires skilled foreign workers, you should start applying for sponsor licenses. If you're a company, you will need that after January 2021. If you're a company that employs low skilled workers, such as a restaurant, or you've got a shop, or you've got a fish and chip shop, you need to start making arrangements to employ maybe British people later on. You can employ as many European people as you can before January 2021, or anyone who's already here you can employ. But if you want to call people in the future, people won't be allowed to come and work in your fish and chip shop, say, or in your shop stacking shelves or cleaning your offices. They're stopping that system. They're stopping the free movement for that. Why are they doing this? Well, there are a few theories. One of the theories is this, that the reason that they're doing is they want the British people, they want the UK people to get off benefits and to fulfill these low-skilled positions. So a lot of British people complain European people come and taking our jobs. Well, now those jobs will be vacant, and now it's up to the British people to fill that. And the government will say, right, we're going to cut your benefits and you get to work. You fill these low-skilled jobs. That's one theory the government is going to explore, and I think they will. That's what they want to do. This is what they're going to do. So the other thing is, highly skilled jobs, people in highly skilled jobs, they want people here to be trained in them, so that ultimately in the long run we don't need foreigners to do that. So it'll be on-the-job training. they're expecting British people to be trained to become doctors and nurses and teachers in the long run. In the long run. The other thing behind the driving forces, they're looking for people who are at the top of their game. They're looking to attract people, top scientists, top engineers, top mathematicians, top guys in the tech sector. That's what they're looking for. They're encouraging that. So they want people who can add value to their country. Allegedly what they're saying. That's the new points-based system that's going to come in. There's a 12-page document which has been published on the Home Office website. That's the current system, which is pretty much is exactly the same, apart from it's had a few tweaks. So the wage requirement has gone down, the English requirement has gone in, the cap has been taken off. So the cap has been suspended, which means it hasn't been abolished. It means they suspended it, they can bring it back in after 6 months. It's totally down to them. So this is more about, after Brexit, Britain taking control of its own immigration policy. And what they're saying is that, look, we don't want low-skilled workers. We want to encourage the British people to get off the benefits and to fulfill these jobs. That's it. Priti Patel's made an admission today. She goes, it's becoming so tough that even her parents wouldn't have qualified because of the English requirement. So you can see which way they're going. They want people to have an English requirement because they feel that people need to speak English in order to do their jobs, which makes sense, and it helps in integration and communities to integrate. So English requirement we must honour. So people who are abroad are going to hear a lot of things. ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਹੁਣ ਬਾਹਰ ਬੈਠੇ ਆ ਉਹ ਇਹ ਸੋਚੂਗੇ ਜੀ ਏਜੰਟਾਂ ਨੇ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਉਣਾ ਜੀ ਕਿ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਖੁੱਲ ਗਏ। ਸੋ ਇਹ ਗਲਤ ਹੈ, ਕੋਈ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੁੱਲੇ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਪਿਛਲੇ ਸਾਲ ਵੀ ਰੌਲਾ ਪਾਇਆ ਸੀ ਜੀ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਖੁੱਲ ਗਈ ਵੀਜ਼ੇ, ਕੋਈ ਨਹੀਂ, ਕਿਸੇ ਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਲੱਗਾ। ਇੰਡੀਆ ਤੋਂ ਕੋਈ ਫਾਰਮਿੰਗ ਵੀਜ਼ਾ ਹੈ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ। ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ 5-5000 ਰੁਪਈਆ ਲੈ ਕੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਜੇਬ 'ਚ ਪਾ ਲਿਆ। ਸੋ ਕੋਈ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਨਹੀਂ ਖੁੱਲੇ ਜੀ, ਕੋਈ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸੈਟਲਮੈਂਟ ਦੀ ਸਕੀਮ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੀਤੀ। ਸਿਰਫ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਇੱਕ ਚੀਜ਼ ਕੀਤੀ ਜੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਵਾਅਦਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਕਿ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਯੂਰਪ ਵਾਲਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਉਣਾ ਜਾਣਾ, ਰਹਿਣਾ, ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨਾ, ਆਪਣੇ ਟੱਬਰ ਮੰਗਾਉਣੇ, ਉਹ ਬੰਦ ਕਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਜੋ ਹੈਗਾ ਆ। That's the purpose of this legislation and the announcement that people from Europe will not be able to come and work as freely as they did before. This is going to affect a lot of businesses in the UK who are reliant on EU workers. So they need to start making them sort of alternate arrangements now. And the only people who will be allowed to have foreign workers are people who are going to require highly skilled people in highly skilled jobs, or where there's a shortage of workers, such as teachers, nurses, doctors, like I said earlier. So that's the announcement. It's not Australian, like I said, it's not Canadian, it's just a tweak, really. Well, there's more information going to be released later on as to when it's going to be implemented, how it's going to be implemented, what the system will be. But it definitely isn't a positive thing in the fact that they're going to open the country up to more workers. They're just refining who they want in the country and who they don't want in the country, and what they want their British workers to do. So the idea is that all the low-skilled workers that are already here, they can continue doing their jobs, but in the future they want the British people to take these jobs of low-skilled workers, which low-skilled workers fill all around the UK, which we can see. So it's bad news for Europeans who wanted to come here and work freely. It's good news, I suppose, for people who are saying that European people take our jobs and we don't get job opportunities. It's bad news for businesses who are reliant on European workers to do their job. Plenty of factories, shops rely on that. And I suppose it's good news for people who want to get off benefits and find jobs and work, and who feel that European people are taking their jobs. Yeah, and it's bad news for people who don't know English, because if you don't know English, you won't be allowed into the UK to work. There you go. And good news for scientists, technology people who are at the top of their game and who want to come here. They're encouraging people like you to come here. STEM graduates, is good news for them. There you go. So that was the summary of this. Hope now that's made things a little bit clearer. I'm giving you information which we know so far. The announcement was made today, so hopefully that's made it a bit clear for you. More information I will update as we get it. You can click subscribe and make sure the latest videos come to your inbox, and follow the channel. Baki tusi, I'll keep you updated with videos. So main idhar jo points based system da, like I said in Punjabi earlier, that it's low skilled worker ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਠਾ ਦੇਣੇ ਯੂਰਪ ਤੋਂ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਲੋਕ ਆਉਂਦੇ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਸਫਾਇਆ ਕਰ ਦੇਣਾ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਾ ਕਿ ਹੁਣ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਵੀ ਉਹ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਕੈਟੇਗਰੀ ਚ ਆਓ ਜੋ ਹਾਈਲੀ ਸਕਿਲਡ ਹੈਗੇ ਤੇ ਹਾਈਲੀ ਸਕਿਲਡ ਬੰਦੇ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਦੇ ਮੁਲਕ ਆਉਣ ਜਿਉਂ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਮਾਤੜ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ ਇੱਟਾਂ ਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਆ ਜੀ ਘਾਹ ਪੱਟਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਆਲੂ ਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਕੋਈ ਲੇਬਰ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਟੈਕਸੀਆਂ ਚਲਾਉਣ ਨੂੰ ਜਾਂ ਰੈਸਟੋਰੈਂਟਾਂ 'ਚ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਨ ਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਉਹ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕਹਿ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਕਿ ਜੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਚਾਹੀਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੋ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਜੀ ਨਾ ਕੋਈ ਇਹ ਹੋਣਾ ਐਵੇਂ ਝੰਜਟ 'ਚ ਨਾ ਫਸਿਓ ਪੈਸੇ ਨਾ ਫਸਾ ਲਿਓ ਇਹ ਤਾਂ ਤਕਰੀਬਨ ਸਖਤੀ ਹੋ ਰਹੀ ਆ ਇਹ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਹੀ ਹੈਗੀ ਆ ਸੋ ਫਸ ਨਾ ਜਾਓ ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੋਈ ਏਜੰਟ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੱਗ ਰਿਹਾ ਜਾਂ ਇੱਦਾਂ ਕੁਛ ਕਰ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈ ਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਲਵੇਜ਼ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛ ਸਕਦੇ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਿ ਇੱਥੇ ਪੈਸੇ ਫਸਾਉਣ ਲੱਗਾ ਫਾਇਦਾ ਹੈ ਜਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਮੈਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਦੱਸ ਦਿੰਦਾ ਹਾਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਏਜੰਟਸ ਨੂੰ ਨਹੀਂ ਕੁਛ ਪਤਾ ਕਿ ਕਲੈਰਿਟੀ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਆ ਦੇ ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ ਹੈਪੀ ਟੂ ਅਪਰੋਚ ਅਸ ਵੀ ਮੋਰ ਦੈਨ ਹੈਪੀ ਟੂ ਵਰਕ ਵਿਦ them ਤਾਂ ਕਿ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਹੋਵੇ ਤੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਅਸੀਂ ਇਹੀ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਹਾਂ ਏਜੰਟਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਕਿ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਸਗਾਈਡ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਇਹਨਾਂ ਬੈਟਰ ਇਹੀ ਆ ਕਿ ਸਹੀ ਬੰਦਿਆਂ ਦਾ ਕੰਮ ਕਰਕੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਵੀ ਪ੍ਰੋਫੈਸ਼ਨਲ ਬਣਾਓ ਨਾਲੇ ਕੰਮ ਸਹੀ ਕਰੋ ਤੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਮਿਸਗਾਈਡ ਨਾ ਕਰੋ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਖੱਜਲ ਕਰੋ ਇਹ ਹੁਣ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੇ ਆਲਰੇਡੀ ਅਨਾਊਂਸਮੈਂਟ ਬਣਾ ਕੇ ਨਾ ਇੰਡੀਆ 'ਚ ਲੁੱਟ ਰਹੇ ਲੋਕ ਕਿ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਵਰਕ ਪਰਮਿਟ ਖੁੱਲ੍ਹ ਗਈ 50,000 ਫੜਾ ਦਿਓ ਕੋਈ ਗੱਲ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਵਾ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਆ ਬਟ ਉਹ ਜੀ ਉਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਕੰਮ ਲੁੱਟ ਹੀ ਹੋਣਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਬਾਕੀ ਜੇ ਲੁੱਟ ਹੋਣਾ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਕ ਨਹੀਂ ਸਕਦੇ ਕਈਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਸਹੀ ਸਲਾਹ ਪਚਦੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਗਲਤੀਆਂ ਕਰਕੇ ਬਾਅਦ 'ਚ ਫਿਰ ਲੱਤਾਂ ਵਢਾ ਕੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਕੋਲ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ as my phrase goes right hopefully ਖਾਣੇ ਪੈ ਗਈ ਹੋਈ ਗੱਲ you would have understood that anyway so I'll update you later on when I get some more information thank you